Hey everyone, welcome. I hope you're doing very wonderful. So today I want to do something quick, something simple, quick, but I want to use up some of my indie brand products that I have not used in a while. So I need to pull these items out and start using them again because some of these items are really, really good. But before I get right into everything, my name is Carrie. Please consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't already. If you like my content, please give this video a thumbs up. It'll really help out my channel a lot. Thank you. And to my current subscribers, y'all already know. You already know how I feel about you. You guys are the best. Thank you very, very much. All right, so the face is already prepped. Let me be honest. I don't have any indie brand primers as far as eye primer or face primer. It's kind of like once you find what you like at my age, you go with what works, right? But I do have foundation on, and I'm using the tier. This is the Cushion Foundation in 29N Natural Beige. I do think it's still a little bit dark for me right now. I'm not totally sunified yet. The Florida heat, you guys, it's been over 100 degrees here the past few days with full-blown humidity. So my tan will be coming in soon, but I do think it's a little orange, but I'm gonna make it work. I'm gonna make it work. Now I am gonna go in with concealer, and I was going to use my Essence concealer, even though they're not an indie brand, they're just a drugstore brand. I don't have an indie brand concealer. I don't know why. I think maybe sometimes I'm afraid to try new concealers because, you know, again, you stick with what you know. But I'm gonna go with this one. I feel like it's gonna be a little bright for this foundation. So I'm just going to go in with a real light hand. And then you know what? If I need to go over it with a little bit of foundation to kind of even it out, to make it not look so stark, then that's what I'll do. You guys, I'm going to try to go through this video pretty quickly because I am like on the timer. I am just so behind with stuff. And there is so many things that I have to get done today. And I haven't had a chance to film and have a video uploaded for Thursday. I like to upload on Mondays and Thursdays. And last week, my son was sick, so there was a day that I wasn't able to get to pretty much anything. He's totally fine though. You guys, thank you so much for your concern for him. I know in my last video, I talked about it. He threw up he was like throwing up all over the place. All right, I'm gonna set that with the AOA Studio Perfect Setting Powder. I consider this indie brand. This you can only purchase online at Shop Miss A. There is, or at least in my area, where's my brush? They do not have brick and mortar stores. They do have some in the Midwest. But I consider their makeup very, very affordable. And I do consider them an indie brand. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. If you guys know AOA Studio from Shop Miss A, let me know. Are they considered drugstore or indie brand? I think they're indie brand. All right, let's do something with these brows. I'm going to go in again with what I think is indie brand. AOA Studios Brow Styler. I'm in probably dark brown or something. But anyway, so I got really behind with stuff, you guys. Tuesday, we went to Busch Gardens in Tampa. Me and my husband and my son, who, if you guys don't know, but my son, most of you do know, but my son is 8 and he loves roller coasters. I love roller coasters. My husband loves roller coasters. So we are a family of roller coaster fun. We just love it, right? And so that was a whole day. We kept him out of school. School's actually ending this week. So that was a day that I couldn't get anything done because we left in the morning and we didn't get back till, you know, the very late afternoon. But it's funny. Do you guys want to hear a funny little story about my son? So, he really likes roller coasters, but there was one roller coaster that he has not ridden yet. He didn't get an opportunity until Tuesday, and it was called Iron Gwazi. Now, Iron Gwazi is, hold on. Yeah, let's move into the eyes. Let's move into the eyes. Hold on. I'm going to keep my thought. I'm going to really try hard to keep my thought. I'm going to go in with Unearthly Cosmetics. This is a palette that I got in a mystery box. You guys, so I have no idea if this particular palette is available, but it's called Spaced Out. It's really, really pretty and it's really good quality. I really like Unearthly Cosmetics, but okay, so Iron Gwazi is one of the tallest and fastest roller coasters in America. And all right, I'm gonna go into this shade right here. And it's intimidating looking. Like, yeah, it's high, like real high. And then it's got like a 91-degree drop, right? It's like over 200-foot drop or whatever. And my son started to get a little scared. I swear, if he ever sees this video, he's gonna be mad at me for saying that. I ride roller coasters. I still get nervous riding them, but I still ride them because they're so much fun. But anyways, so we're trying to, you know, encourage him and, you know, just trying to build his confidence in this area, right? We're standing in line for almost an hour and like when you devote that much time, it's like you don't want to get out of line. You don't want to get out of line, right? But we knew, like me and my husband knew, I'm going to go into this shade right here, try to do this outer V. We kind of knew that if he got on this ride that he would really enjoy it. Even though it looks intimidating, it's a very fun ride and he would love it, right? Oh gosh, is that too much? Is this too dark? Okay, I'm going to have to work a little bit, you guys. But let's see if I can blend this out. Man, that's intense. I did not even realize how intense that shade would be. Why? I mean, like I could see it, but it's like, anyways, all right, I'm going to make it work. It's going to work, you guys. Oh, it's blending out nicely. Okay. So we're getting up in line and he's like not wanting to do this. And I could really, really tell. So when words of encouragement don't work, you guys, here's a life hack for anybody who's about to be a parent or maybe isn't a parent yet, or parents who are out there, you can validate what I'm about to say. So we bribed him. We bribed him. And about 6 months ago, I used this technique also. So I said, Victor, do you remember when you stayed up all night? Played video games all night. You could watch TV all night. Like he's 8 and I let him back then he was 7. But I was like, you can do that again. You ride this ride just one time. This is one time. And I promise if you don't like this ride after riding it once, you never have to ride it again. And you can stay up all night as much as you want. You can do it this Friday if you want to, because that's when the last day of school is out. It's Friday. So you can do it this Friday if you want to. All night. You can play your Minecraft. You can watch your movies. And I could tell that he's thinking, right? He's thinking about it. And then he's like, nope, not going to do it. Nope, I don't want to. Now listen, it's only 90 seconds, this ride. Okay? You staying up all night, playing your games, watching your movies, that's hours of fun. It's hours. Do you want to give up hours of fun? Just because you don't want to ride this ride for 90 seconds, which you might actually really love this ride. So I could see him thinking, sometimes you got to coach him a little bit, give him the logic. And he goes, I want 2 nights with snacks. My son, oh my gosh, you guys, I was proud and I was like mad at him at the same time because I knew he was taking me for a ride, quote, no pun intended, right? 2 days of staying up whenever he wants, plus snacks. I'm like, okay, kid, done. You got it. All right. So they sat behind me and I sat in front just by myself. And we get on this ride, you guys. And I'm telling you, my son loved it. He loved it. The moment it started and you're going down that hill, I could hear him back there going, this is awesome. This is the best ride ever. This is so much fun. So it was definitely a really proud moment for us as parents that he you know, overcame his fear. And who cares if you have to bribe him a little bit? Who cares, right? It was a really good lesson because I told him after we got off the ride, which by the way, he says it's the best ride ever, 10 out of 10. It's, you know, and, but I tell him, I said, do you see what being afraid could do to you? It could prevent you from moving forward to doing something that you might really enjoy or that might be a real benefit, you know, just in general in life, right? And he was like, yeah, I know I shouldn't let my fear stop me. And, you know, this was a good lesson, you know, so it was a good teaching moment also, but it was also just great for him to be able to finally ride this ride and, you know, all of us together, you know, be able to do that. So anyways, that's a little story about my son. All right, I'm going to go in with the AOA Studio glitter glue because I don't have a indie brand glitter glue per se, but I'm including AOA Studio from Shop Miss A as indie brand. So I'm just going to put that on my lid in my inner corner. I always like to bring my razzle dazzles up and over. Okay, I'm thinking with this particular eye look, I think I want to go with this one right here. That's really pretty. Oh, that's pretty. I wonder, I think I will, and then maybe I'll top it with a little bit of that one. So anyway, so that was a day that we didn't get to do, I didn't get to really do much of anything. I would have probably filmed on that day and would have edited, you know, that day and Wednesday, which was yesterday. So then yesterday, you guys, Wednesday, oh my gosh, I went to do some appointments in the morning. And when I got home, my husband's neck deep in our dryer. It broke. And so he had to leave to go to work. So I'm left to deal with going to find us a new dryer, which he did help as much as he possibly could before he had to go to work, by the way. It wasn't like he just left me, you know, high and dry. But so we had to go online, do a little bit of research, and then we found one at Lowe's. So I physically went into the Lowe's because I'm like, well, sometimes I'm going to go into the shade right here and I'm going to kind of top it a little bit. Sometimes actually going into the store, you can get a better deal. Plus it gives the employees like, you know, credit. I don't think they make commission at Lowe's, but they might say, ooh, that's so pretty. Ooh, it's offering a little bit of like pink and like peach. Okay, I'm going to keep going. It does offer the employee like incentives. Hey, you sold, I don't know, $3,000 worth of you know, merchandise today. You know, Lowe's, it's, you know, big items, home items and stuff. You know, and maybe they'll get a bonus or something. So I always like to go into the store if I can for big appliances and things like that. If it's makeup and stuff that I can just order online or clothes like from Amazon or something, I'll get it through Amazon, you know, but for something like that, so pretty. I like to go into the store. So anyway, so we got our dryer, you know, and all my husband can think is cha-ching, 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 cha-ching. You know how husbands are. But anyways, I'm going into that green. I'm going to put that in the inner corner. So we were kind of dealing with that. Now they're going to come today. So I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to film really quick, see if I can get any editing done. And then have this video uploaded for Thursday afternoon, which is Thursday morning right now. It is Thursday morning. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's the 22nd. It's 9:52. I saw that it went black on you guys, but I think you guys saw it. So, but, ooh, that's so pretty, man. That green is gorgeous. Or whatever it is, maybe even a blue. I'm not sure, but it's really, really pretty. Man, those eyes are gorgeous. So pretty. But we also have somebody coming to look at the AC to do some maintenance on it. We do that every year, especially, you know, living in this Florida heat where it does get over 100 degrees, full sunshine. You have to make sure that your AC is in good working order. So we always have somebody come once a year to do maintenance, you know, and stuff, just to check it. I do not have any indie brand bronzer. For some reason, I'm not sure, or I couldn't find any anyways. So I'm just going to go in with the Morphe Cheek Thrills. Is it called Cheek Thrills? Yeah, Cheek Thrills in Sunset Swim. This one's more of a bronzy, and I'm just going to use this powder bronzer. There's 2 creams up here and then a powder bronzer, so I'm just going to use the powder bronzer. This one is a little luminous, just FYI, so we'll see how it does up against this dark foundation that I feel like I have on. A little bit too dark for my skin tone at the moment. I am going to go in with an indie brand blush. I'm going to go in with Judydoll. They're a C Beauty Asian makeup company, and I'm going to go in with that. I consider them an indie brand, right? Why not? This is their gradient blush. It's all in Chinese. I can't read it. So I'll link it below though. But I have used this before, and it's nice. I think it'll match these eyes really nicely. That's nice. Man, that's really pretty. That's so pretty. So far looking good, man. Those eyes are so pretty. All right, anyways, I feel like I need to tightline. I'm going to tightline. I'm going in with Kaleidos. You guys, Kaleidos is one of my favorite indie brands. I'm going to go in with their Epiphany eyeliner in Sea Sparkle. Ugh. And then I'll go in with mascara, and then I can finish up the face here. Okay, guys, I just finished it up real quick. I know I probably cut the, or I edited that part out, but that looks so beautiful. I do not have a indie brand mascara. I did have one from Judydoll, you know, their weird like iron mascara. I actually give that to my mom because she doesn't wear a lot of makeup, but sometimes she wants some mascara. So that was a good formula for her. So I'm going to go in with the Lancome Big Monsieur. Always feel like I have to say it funny. Monsieur mascara, because I feel like it's bold enough, heavy enough to kind of match the eyes. But let me tell you guys about the bird we rescued. Oh my gosh, you guys, Kiwi has got an insane personality. He's so hilarious. He reminds me of like a teenager with attitude or whatever, which is really not a funny thing, but like in theory, you know, it's funny, right? So I'm going to put if I can't, I'm going to put a little picture right here. So he has a cage, right? With water and toys and all kinds of stuff, his food. But he likes the chandelier that's right here. I don't know if you guys can see him in the chandelier, but he's in there, right? So he has pretty much claimed that chandelier as his new, I don't know, his home, his bed, because he will not come to bed at night. He stays up there in that chandelier. My husband can't even get him down. My husband will go like put his finger up there or his hand up there to get him on there. And he just moves around the chandelier away from my husband. Oh, it's hilarious. And I could hear my husband in the hallway being like, come on, Kiwi, you silly bird, get on my face. No, don't do that. Come on, Kiwi, it's time for bed. You got to get on my, come on. No, don't walk away. It's almost like dealing with a toddler. You know what I mean? Where they're being defiant, but they don't realize, you know, because they're so little, you know. So my husband's like, forget it. I'm just going to leave you there. So he's been sleeping on the chandelier, you guys, all night, pooping everywhere. I have to pick up his poop every morning. And then he'll fly to his cage. He'll eat his breakfast. You know, he'll drink his water, chirp a little bit. But he's funny. Yesterday, hold on. Let me finish my mascara. The mascara is done. But anyways, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, yesterday. So after my son got home from school, he was grounded from tech because he's giving me some attitude. So I said, you know, turn off the tech. You can go into your, you know, playroom, or it's the family room, and you can, you know, play with train tracks or something, you know, something useful, build something, right? and he was in the family room. I'm going to go in with blush, or not blush, highlighter, Moira Beauty. You guys, this is a great alternative to the Rare Beauty highlighter. This one's in Reckless Love. But my son is in there, right? Kiwi's on the chandelier, which is where, you know, it's in the family room. Ooh, so pretty. So pretty. Go right here. Let's do a little boop boop, little boop boop, little boop boop boop. Anyway, so my son is playing in the family room, and all of a sudden, my son's singing just random weird stuff, not anything in particular, he's just making up words, right? And all of a sudden, Kiwi starts flying around the house. I mean, from one end of the house to the other end of the house, and just going to town. And it was so funny. And I was like, Victor, he likes your singing. He likes it when you sing. So Victor kept singing, and the bird and Kiwi's just flying all around the place. Finally, he perched himself, because he probably got tired. He perched himself back on the chandelier, and he just stayed there. He stayed there all night, you guys. I'm not kidding. He stayed there all night. Okay, so I have a bunch of indie brand lipsticks here from Unearthly Cosmetics and from Kaleidos that I want to use. I did have a lip liner from LEJ Beauty. She's not in business at the moment right now, so I'm not going to use that lip liner. But I do want, I think I'm going to go with the Unearthly Cosmetics. I have two here. I've got one in Shroom and one in Sweetness. Now, again, you guys, these might have come in that mystery box. I don't, but if I can link it, I'll link it. But I'm going to go in with, let me show it to you guys. Ooh-wee. Ooh, that's so pretty. Oh no, this is Smooch, not Shroom, Smooch. Sorry, y'all know I say things wrong all the time. You know, it's so funny. I don't just do it in my videos. I do it with my husband too. We, oh God, that is, whoa, I did not realize. Okay, hold on. Oh, this is a matte. All right, hold on. See, I forgot. I forget what I buy, you guys. Okay, I don't care if I'm overlining. I don't care if it's messed up. I don't care. Let me just check, just make sure that it's not like too noticeable. All right, now let's go in with the Unearthly Gloss. Now this one is in Sweetness, but I say things wrong a lot. So my husband and I, for example, ooh, that's pretty. Yeah, that'll add some nice shine to the lips. So when my husband and I, whenever he's home, we'll watch our show, right? And we've been watching a show called JAG, which is about military in the Navy, lawyers, judicial advocate general. Yeah, something like that. Anyways, it's like a precursor to NCIS, which we like to watch. But anyways, it's called JAG, but I called it Jet. He's like, what do you want to, he's like, what do you want to watch? And I'm like, oh, well, let's watch Jet. And I swear to you guys, I didn't even realize that I called it the wrong thing. It just came out, and he's looking at me, and he was like, really? And I'm like, what do you mean, really? Yeah, let's watch it. And he was like, it's called Jag, not Jet. I started laughing. You guys, I started laughing. I started laughing so hard. He's like, why do you do that? And I'm like, I don't know. I was like, I did not do it on purpose. I swear. I was like, I do it in my makeup videos all the time on YouTube. I swear I say things wrong all the time. Don't I? You guys, I say things wrong all the time. If you've been watching me a while, you know. But he gets on my case. Why do you do that? And of course, I think it's hilarious. You guys, I think I can go in and spray the face. Now, I don't have an indie brand setting spray. By the way, if you guys know of an indie brand that is great with, let's say, bronzer, I do have one from Judydoll, but it's way too cool tone for me, so I didn't even bother to use it. But if you know a good indie brand bronzer, a good indie brand setting powder, a good indie brand primer, eyes and face primers, comment below, let me know. But for now, I'll just go in with the NYX glue, face glue setting spray. I've been really enjoying this, so I figured maybe just keep it drugstore if possible. So anyway, so now every time we watch Jag, my husband's like, do you want to watch Jet? I'm like, yeah, that'd be great. I enjoy that show. It's not overly violent. There's no, risque talk, not that much. It's my mind can handle it. Okay. So I don't have to, sometimes I watch these shows. They're just so violent and it's so unnecessarily violent. It's just more of like shock value. I'm like, I can't handle that no more. I'm like, all right, let me just spray or push this into the skin. Ooh, you guys, that is so, so, so pretty. I think that setting spray is dry, you guys. I can show you the final look. Okay, guys, this makeup look is complete. That is using some indie brand products that I have not used in a hot minute. You guys, indie brands, they know what they're doing. When it comes to makeup and formula, the razzle dazzles, the shimmers, I like to call them razzle dazzles, they know what they're doing. They've got good quality when it comes to their products. So I hope that you enjoyed this video as much as I did putting on all this makeup. Thank you for spending some time with me. Please comment below. What is your favorite indie brand or product from an indie brand? I will respond to you. So you guys, thank you very, very much. Please subscribe to my channel and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.